So welcome to the latest episode of Gallifrey Pirate Radio, which happens to be episode 147. And today we're going to sort of play Doctor Who news catch-up for all you that out there that have not been keeping up to date with stuff that's happened in the world of Doctor Who. Everything from Series 8 to some deaths and some other things that are going on right now in the world of Who.
So if you don't want to get spoiled on what's going to happen in Series 8, we're only going to be talking about who's directing and who's writing the first couple of episodes of it, and then potential rumors regarding. If you're not interested in that, we're going to cover that the second half of it. So,
yes. Okay, so where are we going to start?
Zero Bryant.
Zero Bryant. I'm not sure how many of you guys are familiar with Zero Bryant. He's a guy that does all the really awesome Doctor Who t-shirt designs that pop up on T-Fury and all the t-shirt a day sites. He was injured, and he has basically a compressed and compact thing in his neck that is threatening to paralyze him. I think from the neck down, and maybe potentially even kill him. And so it's almost impossible for him to do any art right now, really, or design more t-shirts. So there's been a campaign set up to help fund that surgery, because like a lot of artists, they don't have insurance. They freelance a lot. So when something like this happens, it hurts them quite a bit. And this is actually life-threatening. And I tend to wear a lot of Zero Bryant t-shirts on the show, and he was one of the earlier supporters of the show. So we're also going to do what we can to help spread the word. And if you look below us right now, you'll see a site where you can go to help donate or purchase some of his products to help fund his medical needs.
Yeah, absolutely. Humble Bundle. The Doctor Who Humble Bundle.
Yeah, popped up today. Doctor Who Humble Bundle in association with IDW and Doctor Who Legacy are working with Humble Bundle for the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund. So you pretty much get IDW's almost entire run of Doctor Who comics and some really cool features in Doctor Who Legacy. There's one question out there: is if the Humble Bundle will work, at least for the Doctor Who Legacy code, if that will work for iPhones or not. Questions have been put out there. We're waiting to hear back what happens. Hopefully, by the time this airs, we'll have a little thing down here that will say what's going on with that.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was just for the Android or for
Right now, it's just saying Android for the Doctor Who Legacy, but that code might work for both iPhone and Android versions of the game. We're just waiting to get confirmation.
So, of course, if you have not played Doctor Who Legacy, it's a great puzzle game, but it's a free game, too. That's the great thing about it. But if you take part in this, and this is a pay what you can, pay what you want. Yeah. As long as you pay something, you'll get the first run of the 10th Doctor series. Now, of course, I immediately said, this is a great deal. I'd love that stuff, and I can get them signed. Okay, there are digital versions of it. That's important. Yeah. It took me about 10 minutes of reading before I figured that one out, because they were using computer language, which I do not understand.
Yeah.
But here's the advantage about the Doctor Who Legacy. If you get it under this special conditions, you will get 10 of the 12 Doctors unlocked. Normally, you only start off with one. I mean, you can get them throughout progressing through the game, but this is really cool because you won't have to hunt down secret codes and stuff.
Yeah, you get all 10 Doctors that are actually released right now.
Right, so you won't get Davison, you won't get Baker, Tom Baker, and no Peter Capaldi yet. So
yeah,
and then plus a ton of comics. I think it's if you donate $15 or more, you get almost the entirety of the IDW run, which is really impressive.
I think it's 15 or more right now. You get the Prisoners of Time and the Paul Cornell Christmas special
as an extra bonus compared to everything else.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So it's anything you get the first couple of volumes. You beat the average, which is currently $8.63 the last time I looked at it.
Yeah.
You get the kind of the second half of it, and then the last run of it, and all of which I've read are excellent.
Yeah.
Let's hold off on the Saturn news. Let's go. We're talking about Legacy, so let's talk about that. For those of you who are already playing Legacy, a lot of really neat stuff is happening. They're doing some updates tonight. So tomorrow they are going to be releasing a code for a character. Now, I haven't announced which character it is yet, but if you are not signed up as a newsletter for the Doctor Who Legacy, go ahead and do that now. It'll be released on Thursday. Free character, nothing wrong with that. They have announced that a couple of other characters are going to be dropping in some of the sites, including the newly released Season 5 and the fan area. So if you haven't purchased the fan area, you can get some good stuff there. Just quickly, things that they've... more costumes for John Pertwee. Tennant's costume from yesterday. I think they gave out 500 codes. They all went within an hour and a half. I didn't get it. The Ninth Doctor regeneration costume. No idea what that is. I don't know if it's...
Wait, Ninth Doctor regeneration?
It said Ninth Doctor regeneration costume. So your guess is as good as mine. Could it potentially be Eccleston on War's head? Probably not, but maybe. I don't know. Super exciting. Young Sarah Jane.
Yeah.
So we're talking about
Baker Pertwee
from 13th Warrior to Hand of Fear. That's pretty cool. And Ace, which I gotta say, super excited.
Have they said what color Ace is going to be yet?
They have not, but I assume it's going to be probably something that goes boom. So
I'm expecting black.
I'm expecting black to match the jacket.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that. Also, stay tuned. We're hoping that for the 150th episode, Lee Cummings will be back on to talk about Doctor Who Legacy. Maybe something special for our listeners and watchers.
Yes.
So we'll see. All right, good news or bad news first? Let's go bad news. Okay.
Yeah.
We just wanted to send our condolences for the family of Paul Spragg, production assistant over at Big Finish Audio, who passed away this week. Heartfelt condolences go out to their friends and family and Big Finish.
He did a lot of stuff behind the scenes and things like that. It was really interesting to read about him, and it's really sad that, for being so young and passing away.
He's only 2 years older than us, so.
Really? Wow. Well, thanks for putting that in perspective and making it even more of a downer. So yeah, we're...
However, the good news is that Dark Eyes 3 is currently in production, so that will be within the next year. We'll be getting that. Of course,
they are in the studios recording right now. They keep throwing stuff at us, showing us little hints. Very exciting.
Yeah. I haven't listened to 1 or 2 yet because we still don't have the 4th season of Paul again, and I want that because that's how OCD I am.
Big Finish, if you ever even listen to an episode of us, please release season 4 as a box set.
Box set.
Please. that is how I like the
We're signed on to the newsletters now. I think we're a little bit more proactive now. We're watching on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's covered this general news that we were planning on very quickly. So here's what we're going to do. If you don't want to get spoiled for who's writing and who's directing, possible, and these are rumored titles, we're going to try to go over who we definitely know is going to be a part of it, as is confirmed, but then we're also going to mention rumored titles along there. If you're not interested in this, go ahead and turn it off now.
Yes. I'm pretty excited by this because I have stayed away from all of this. So this is all going to be new for me, so you'll get my reactions, my thumbs up or my to any of this information or news, rumors, speculation, or whatever Drew's going to throw my way.
Okay, so here we go. Make it really simple. Episode number 1. We do know that it is written by Stephen Moffat. Peter Moffat. That wouldn't work, would it? Unless Peter Davison is sneaking in,
or Peter Capaldi.
Well, no, Peter.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, you're saying writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wrote 5-ish Doctors.
Not Capaldi.
Davison.
Yes, I know Davison did.
His real name is Bob Moffat.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's why Georgina Moffat is Georgina Moffat. Georgina Moffat Tennant.
Well, I wasn't sure if she went with her mother's name.
Well, not anymore. She's Moffat Tennant.
Well, yeah, but I had no idea. Wow, okay, learning something new all the time.
Okay, so Stephen Moffat's writing the first episode. Duh! And it's going to be directed by Ben Wheatley. Ben Wheatley! Who's that, you might ask? Well, I didn't know either, so I looked it up. Ben Wheatley is director for the first block of recording. So he is a director whose films include 2011's Kill List, 2012's The Sightseers, and 2013's A Field in England. Now, I've seen none of these films, but I have heard most of them involve a lot of killing of people. So, interesting as to how that will make its way into Doctor Who. Things we do know about it. Again, spoilers if you haven't been, if you've been avoiding it, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler. Yeah. Waiting. It takes place in Victorian England. Yeah. We do know that the Paternoster Gang will be rejoining us.
Yeah.
Rumors, again, just rumors, but they're strong rumors, we will see potentially Jack the Ripper. Now, admittedly, Jack the Ripper was removed during A Good Man Goes to War, so we're not really sure what that happened. There's also rumors that Clockwork Androids may have been seen on site with that.
That's the first time I've heard that.
That's a rumor,
Yeah.
and then there's another rumor, again, Matt Smith will make a cameo. Now, at this point in time, it's most likely a flashback, not a cameo.
Yeah.
But in the report I read, it said cameo, not confirming that. Okay,
Yeah.
not confirming it. It's just a rumor, but I thought it was interesting enough to mention.
And I've heard that rumor since the very beginning. So I mean, I can see a flashback with him with the Paternoster gang,
Or a Jenna Coleman kind of remembering her doctor.
or also I do know that IDW Comics they did do a Matt Smith meeting Jack the Ripper story. So who knows? Maybe we're getting some sort of flash with that.
Oh, that would be very interesting.
Yeah, since I mean Jack the Ripper, and Moffat does like to pay homage to the stuff that's come before it, like the Big Finish audios, the comics, things like that. So who knows? Maybe this is his nod to the IDW and what they did.
That would be cool. Always a big fan of that. Episode 2 is going to be written by Phil Ford and, again, directed by Ben Wheatley. Ford has teased that the story was going to be behind enemy lines, maybe a Dalek story, and the only other thing he teased was the word lasagna. You may remember Phil Ford having written 22 episodes of the Sarah Jane Adventures, as well as the excellent The Waters of Mars from the Gap Year specials. Episode 3.
Well, one thing I do want to say about the Daleks, I do know, and this is Capaldi's favorite monster is the Daleks, and he specifically asked that there be an episode with him and the Daleks. I mean, he specifically asked for a Dalek episode, but we also know that we're always going to have a Dalek episode, so they don't lose the rights to using them because of the nation of state.
Sure. So, Moffat can go, sure, Peter, we'll do that for you.
Yeah.
Whether we know that this is a Dalek episode, we do not know that. It's just one of those things that's strongly rumored, that the Dalek will be included. We do know lasagna will have something to do with it.
Maybe it's his new favorite food.
It could be. Episode 3, written by Mark Gatiss, directed by Paul Murphy. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say right now, I don't know which Paul Murphy this is. I went on IMDb and looked up various Paul Murphys. There are several of them, both of which have worked with Doctor Who groups before. One who's worked with Wizards and Aliens, so that seems the likely candidate.
Yeah.
However, another one was the assistant director on Storage 24, the Noel Clarke alien in a storage unit movie.
Do you think it could be a goof on IMDb's thing that they're actually one and the same?
It could very well be. Again, IMDb is the Wikipedia of IMDb's, so occasionally we'll get those mess-ups. But without much confirmation on that and doing a lot of digging, I don't know. So, again, Paul Murphy. But we do have Mark Gatiss, and once again, this is going to be a story that takes place in the past. Now, strongly rumored, and we've been hearing this for several months, Robots of Sherwood. We do know that this adventure will have Robin Hood and the Sheriff of Nottingham in it. We also know actors for this. We do know that Tom Riley from Da Vinci's Demons is going to be playing Robin Hood, and that Ben Miller from Primeval, woohoo, is going to be playing the Sheriff of Nottingham. So that's pretty cool. You watch Primeval?
What now?
Primeval?
I've seen some episodes, yes.
Yeah, really fun. I like dinosaurs, and I
See, and unfortunately, I have to think. Gatiss wrote what was it? The Victory of the Daleks. Am I correct on that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious if he's going to, because to me, I'm listening to Power of the Daleks right now, and honestly, Power of the Daleks mimics, Victory of the Daleks really mimics Power of the Daleks.
Right.
So I'm really curious if he's going to draw something out of the past. Like another past episode and being influenced with this one.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Robin Hood episodes, so, Robots of Sherwood, of course, makes me think of Robots of Tara, so from
I'm kind of curious to see what the robots are going to look like.
Yeah.
Because I
get a feeling one of them's going to look like Robin Hood.
Well, no,
or the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Well, I'm not sure if we're going to, have Autons, Chameleon, Cybermen, or, any of the others.
They're all just hanging out in Sherwood Forest. Hey, were you on Doctor Who? Come out to Sherwood Forest.
Oh, that means we'll
do
get
lunch.
Yetis.
We'll get Yetis. All right. We're not going to get Yetis. Well, we might. I don't know. Episode 4, written by Stephen Moffat, directed by Douglas McKinnon. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and read the description that was presented to me because it's a Moffat story. Moffat is going to attempt to scare us with something that we're dealing with. Episode premise. When you talk to yourself, what if the person you're talking to isn't really you? All right. And this is the episode that we're going to be getting Danny Pink. The first episode. Now, Danny Pink, we're not 100% sure who Danny Pink is supposed to be. We do know that he's going to be a recurring character that's going to be showing up quite a bit. And several episodes that he will be appearing in will take place at the Cold Hill School. So, logic dictates that he's probably involved with it somehow, administration or a teacher at the school. I have no problems with an older doctor dealing with two teachers from Cold Hill School. You know, they've never done anything like that before. I think that would be a fun premise. And of course, that Samuel Anderson is the gentleman who's playing Danny Pink. Again, we don't know anything about him. We've seen a picture.
And one thing I did say early on, and I'm going to hold to my guns here because I'm not one to backpedal on this. I have said when I first saw the very picture, the first thing I said to Drew was, "That's the master." And he even put it on the page and everything. So I'm just reiterating. I still have a feeling that we could be seeing the master.
Okay. Again, that's a rumor.
That's speculation. That's not even a rumor. That's
well,
speculation.
It is now. GPR said blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Yeah, no.
So Douglas McKinnon is going to be the one directing that. He did The Power of Three, Cold War, and the Sontaran two-parter.
Some of those I liked, some of those I didn't.
Well, you like Cold War.
I love Cold War.
And McKinnon likes using models. I do know that the submodel on that one was really good one. Episode 5. Also directed by Douglas McKinnon, but this time written by Steve Thompson, Steve Thompson, who you of course remember from The Curse of the Black Spot, Journey to the Center of the TARDIS, and 3 of the episodes from Sherlock. So from Sherlock, he is the gentleman who did The Blind Banker, so that's the second episode of season 1. He did Reichenbach Fall, which is the last episode of series 2, and then The Sign of 3, which is the wedding episode of Sherlock, right? The second one. I've been told that Moffat and Gatiss contributed to that episode, so it's not all Thompson.
No, actually, I like those episodes of Sherlock.
There's no bad episodes of Sherlock because there's only 9 of them. I mean, statistically speaking. Anyway. Yeah. We do know that Keely Hawes is going to be in this episode. She's from Upstairs, Downstairs, and you may also remember her from Death at a Funeral, the good one, the original.
The British one.
The British one, which is just an excellent film.
It's a fun film.
Just excellent film. Okay, so she is going to be Mrs. Delphlox. Delphox. Delphox. That's really all we know. There is a rumored title to this one called Time Heist. Again, some of these names have changed over.
What's her name in this? Delphox?
Delphox.
Yeah, that's Gaelic for the Ronnie.
Gaelic for the Ronnie.
Joking.
Well, if you rearrange the letters, you'll see that. Time Heist, right? So, and the one with the person you're talking to is called Listen. Again, rumored title.
Yeah.
Robots of Sherwood and Time Heist. I've been hearing that title for the better part of 3 months now. Mm-hmm. So, no one's done anything to kind of squash those rumors. So, all right. So those are the first 5 episodes. Episode 6 we know is written by Gareth Roberts and directed by Paul Murphy. Again, rumored to take place at the Cold Hill School. Now, Gareth Roberts, of course, has done a number of Sarah Jane episodes. He's done Wizards vs. Aliens.
Yeah.
He did The Lodger. He did Closing Time, Planet of the Dead. He recorded The Wasp and the Shakespeare Code.
Yeah.
Plus a number of the books.
Pretty solid. I mean, I think a pretty solid writer. Pretty solid episodes.
Yeah. Big fan. Some of those episodes are in my we talked to Winter Top 10.
Yeah.
Closing Time is definitely in my top 10.
Oh, Closing Time, The Lodger are all up there.
No, I'm sorry. The Lodger, not Closing Time. Closing Time I liked, but...
Shakespeare Code is a little low on my list. And
I watched it again recently and enjoyed it, but
I still enjoy it, but it's still not one I'm going to go to when I'm bored and I want to watch some Who.
Yeah. All right, so we have the first 6 episodes. Those blocks have essentially been shot. They're in post-production now. I want to just mention that we do not have an official date as to when these are going to be released. A rumor was going around a couple of weeks ago that it was going to be in August, July or August.
Yeah.
But again, no confirmation from the BBC, so again, that's just considered to be a rumor.
And I think we're going to at least know 2 months out because they're going to want to really hype things.
There was some mention that San Diego Comic-Con is a couple, 2 years ago or last year, got the 50th anniversary promo unedited they got to show that.
Yeah.
It is possible that the first time that we get any kind of information. However, I don't remember when San Diego Comic-Con is.
That's what I'm
because
trying to think.
it's in San Diego,
Yeah.
and I'm here. I can't even make it to Long Island Who. Though we should mention Long Island Who, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about episodes 7 through 13 real quick. Not a whole lot to go on with that. 7, we know it's directed by Paul Wilmhurst. The rumored title is Kill the Moon. Wilmhurst has directed several episodes of Da Vinci's Demons, which I've never seen. So I don't know anything about it. Episode 8, directed by Paul Wilmhurst. Rumored title, Mummy on the Orient Express. I feel right now that that's just wishful thinking. That goes back to the end of Series 5 with the Egyptian cat goddess on the Oriental space in space. It's that episode we all wanted. I don't think they'd go back for that because it's such a great throwaway line. But who knows? It's a new season of Doctor Who. Anything's possible. Episodes 9 through 12, nothing has been confirmed. Episode 13, the only thing we know about episode 13 is there are going to be 13 episodes.
Yeah.
We are going to be getting Doctor Who in a block. They're not going to be splitting it up.
Yep.
And we do know that Stephen Moffat is, of course, going to write the finale of it because Stephen Moffat always writes the beginning, Alpha and the Omega.
And I will say there is one rumor that I'm excited about. A couple months ago, they released a photo of Capaldi with
A hand attached to his forehead.
Tegan. I can't remember her name right now.
Tegan Javanka?
Yes, but I mean the actress. I'm drawing like on the actress's name.
Oh, thank you. As soon as this is done, it will go right up there. Janet Fielding.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is not an on-set picture. This is simply Capaldi hanging out. But again, this is shortly after his shots with Jenna Coleman, which mimicked Third Doctor Joe shots.
Yeah,
so
and this
could we
one
be
again.
getting Janet Fielding in there? I certainly think so, and I certainly am a big fan of it, mainly because even though I haven't watched much of Sarah Jane, knowing that was going to be a platform to bring back female companions back, there's no reason why they can't.
Yeah. Like we were going to get Ace. That was confirmed. They had it outlined, but sadly did not happen.
Speaking of female companions,
Yes.
Eli Who has announced this week that along with Daphne Ashbrook, Paul McGann, I apologize. The gentleman who played the secondary companion in the movie, Lee, I want to say his name is Lee Sung, but I don't remember now.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nicola Bryant is going to be at Eli Who, so Long Island Who. Unfortunately, that's the same weekend that you and I are going to be at Mace in North Carolina. There is a chance I might make it up there. I have not been to a Doctor Who con, but I'd like to.
And also speaking of cons, Dragon Con has started announcing their Doctor Who guests, and the very first announcement is Colin Baker.
Colin Baker was announced this week too. So.
Very excited. He is only one of 2 classic Doctors I do not have autographs from yet, because I finally did get my Baker, which was very interesting in itself. But yeah, no, Colin and McGann are the only 2 I have not met yet. So I'm very excited about a chance to meet Colin. I heard nothing but great things about him at Timegate. So I'm very much looking forward to, at least meeting him even in passing on the fly as I get stuff signed. But I'm gonna say, hey, if you have any free time, I'd love to get you on the show. We'll see what happens.
Well, you'll be unfortunately doing that solo, even though some great people there.
Yeah.
I will not be at Dragon Con this year, so.
Yeah.
So that being said,
yeah.
So cool. So that is our Series 8 update. As we learn more and as we go closer to Series 8, we will, of course, keep you updated. Again, check in on our website to see more details. We're always posting up news footage.
Yeah.
Again, please look up Zero Brian. He needs your help. Take a look at the bundle. Join Doctor Who Legacy.
And we're updating the website. We're also going to start featuring news stories as they come out, since I'm getting all the press releases via RSS feed. So yeah, we're going to start adding a little bit more content to the website besides just the podcast and the videos. So you can actually come to GPR to actually get up-to-date Who news as it comes out.
Cool. All right,
done. That's everything. Okay, so this is GPR signing off. Until next time, which will be episode 148. We're getting close to the 150 mark, man.
Cool.
Peace.